Easter. I hope you had enjoyed a good time at conference and Easter Sunday. But you know what? As much as I love conference and as much as I love it when Easter is on conference, I miss having church on Easter because we don't get to sing the Easter songs. So today we're going to sing some Easter songs. I think the Christmas songs and the Easter songs, we just need to sing more because that's such an important part of the gospel. We need to know those stories. I don't know if you know this song or not. I'm going to tell you what the words mean and help you remember the story. Sister Rose is going to play it over and over again, the music, so it'll kind of get the tune in your head without even trying, okay? Go ahead and start this. It starts out with the question, did Jesus really live again? Here he is on the cross. I guess I was going to come up here, wasn't I? Here he is on the cross. His family and his friends are just so sad. Look at how bad they're crying and lying down on the ground. They're so sad. And did he really live again after that? Some people don't even know about that and don't even believe it if it's true, that they don't think it's true. But we know it's true. We know because we can read the scriptures. And in the New Testament it says, yes, when the third day came, 3 days after he was dead, he awakened and he left the tomb. This is supposed to be the door of the little cave where they buried him. There was a stone that they got rolled away. And he called Mary's name. Now this is not Mary, his mother, it's a different Mary. That was one of his good friends, his disciples. She was so sad, wasn't she? And then he called her name and she knew he was alive again. And the second verse says, did Jesus come to those he loved? Now this isn't a picture of people in Jerusalem, is it? Do you know where this is? Can you tell? This is the people in Book of Mormon times. He came to them too, didn't he? Did Jesus come to those he loved? Yes. People touched his feet. In the New Testament and in the Book of Mormon, it talks, he let everybody come up one at a time and touch the sore places that had been sore, where they poked the holes with nails and spikes. They weren't sore anymore because he's resurrected, huh? People touched his feet. And of the fish and honeycomb he did truly eat. One of the times when he went and met with his apostles, they were fishing, and he called them over to the shore, and they ate fish and honey out of the honeycomb. He ate with them. And another time he came to a room with them. All of a sudden he was in the room, and they were not used to seeing him again. They were a little bit scared. They thought he was a ghost. This was before they got to touch him. And he said, no, I'm not a ghost. Ghosts can't eat. And he ate with them. So he did truly eat. That's how we know he was alive again. And there were nail prints in his hands, and a spear wound in his side. The soldiers poked him in the side to make sure he was really dead. Cut a hole in his side with a spear. Ugh. The very last part. Did Jesus really live again after he had died? This is when there's his dead body, and they're putting him inside the tomb, getting ready to lie him down and wrap him up in the cloth. Just crying. Makes me cry to think about it. Did he really live again after he died? Oh, yes. And so shall I. We will all live again too, huh? Oh my goodness, that makes me cry. Okay, so now we're going to sing. If you don't know it already, because you've only heard the words once, that's okay. You just listen to it and you can listen to it again. So I'm going to sing it with Sister Ro playing. And you guys sing too, okay? Did Jesus really live again? Yes, when the third day came, he wakened and he left the tomb. He called Mary's name. Did Jesus come to those he loved? Yes, people touched his feet. And of the fish and honeycomb Okay, there's another Easter song in our songbook, and it has a word in it. Actually, there are two songs with this word in it. We learned one of them last year. Let me see if you can make it comes to mind if I show you this. And I show you this. That might help you remember a word that we sang. It's a word that people shouted when they saw Jesus come. Can you think of what that word is? Oh, my grandkids know it. Hosanna. Remember that? It means God save us. But it kind of also means we love you. We're so happy you're here. We believe in you. We have faith in you. We want to be on your side. Thank you. So there's two songs in the song. One of them is Easter Hosanna. And that's the one about when Jesus came to the Lamanites. But this one that we're going to do today is just called Hosanna. And it's a real simple song, but you know what? It's fun because there's a second part that we can put with it. So I hope you'll listen on the videos because it does both parts. It has the bell part what the kids sing along with and the words that we're going to learn now. Hosanna, let our voices ring. What does that ring mean? Let our voices ring. What do you think of when you hear voices ringing? Is it whispering? Not so much. I mean, it's more like shouting or singing really loud, huh? Hosanna, let our voices ring with praises to our heavenly King is the next part. The heavenly King is Jesus, right? What does praises mean?
Like songs.
Songs, and it's kind of like compliments, saying how wonderful they are. Praises. We love you. You made the earth. You made it so we can be resurrected. You're the best. You're perfect. Those are praises. So if we sing Hosanna, we're singing praises to our King, right? Okay, with praises to our heavenly King. Let's start at the beginning. Hosanna, let our voices ring with praises to our heavenly King. Did you catch what the rhyming words are there? Hosanna, let our voices ring with praises to our heavenly King. And if you can remember those rhyming words, that'll help you. Except the next part is the same rhyming words, and I get them mixed up sometimes. That's why I have my book over here to cheat with. Let every living creature sing to him who life did bring. What does that mean, let every living creature sing? What can sing besides people?
Animals.
Birds can sing, can't they? I don't know, maybe animals can sing too. That's what it says, every living creature sing. Do you know what it says in the New Testament? When Jesus came into the city, and so many people were spreading their clothes in front of him so the donkey didn't have to walk on the ground, and shouting and waving their palm branches and singing and saying good things. Some of the people that didn't like Jesus so much said, make them stop. Make them stop. They told Jesus, make those people stop. They're causing problems. You know what he said? If they stop, the very rocks will sing. That would be cool. It was a prophecy that this was going to happen, and you cannot stop a prophecy from coming true. So it had to be. And that's one of those things I like to think about when I'm pondering. Can the earth sing? I don't know. Anyway, let every living creature sing with to him who life did bring. He gave us life. He helped us to come alive on the earth, and then he's going to let us be resurrected. So 2 times he gave us life. Let's just sing that second half. Let every living creature sing to him who life did bring. Now let's try that all the way through once, and then I'll show you how well, no, we got to do the chorus first. Okay. Hosanna, let our voices ring with praises to our heavenly King. Let every living creature sing to him who life did bring. And now we sing Hosanna. Hosanna. And then we'll be quiet. Hosanna. Praise triumphant King. That's right, isn't it? All praise, all hail, all hail. Hail is a kind of like the same thing as praise. All hail, triumphant King. Hail to the King. All hail, triumphant King. Let's sing that chorus again.
And the start Hosanna.
Yeah, Hosanna. 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 Oh, hail, triumphant King. Triumphant means he won. He beat death, didn't he? Now, the reason we had that quiet part is because if we had all of you here, and we had lots of kids, we would have a few kids chosen out that can sing the echo part. So we would sing, Hosanna, and then the other kids would sing, Hosanna, 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 oh, hail triumphant King, and we hold that King. Oh, hail triumphant King, and then the other people echo, oh, hail triumphant King. Does that make sense? So I brought my grandsons here, and they are going to play some bells. Let's do the chorus first. We're going to sing Hosanna, and then they will play the bells with the part that you're supposed to, the echo part would be, okay? Great. Hosanna, 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 oh, hail triumphant King, oh, hail triumphant King. I'll let you play that part. I have enough bells to do that, but I don't have enough kids to do that. I can hardly wait for primary to start up again so we can do this with all you kids. Now, there's one more part to this song, so you need to change bells. At the beginning, when we're singing about Jesus coming in, there's just one really easy part that the chorus would sing, the people that do the parts. And all it is ding, dong, ding, 4 times, only it's slow. So I'm going to have them play the bells while we sing ding, dong, ding. All right, so now let's sing, everybody sing ding, dong, ding once, and then we'll put it together, okay? All right, here we go. Ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding. One more, this is the 3rd time. Ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding. Okay, now here's the hard part. I gotta try and sing. Will you be able to hear me? Okay, I'm gonna sing the Hosanna part, and they will play the ding-dongs while it goes. Hosanna, let our voices ring with praises to our God and King. Let every living creature sing to him who life did bring. Hosanna! See how the bells real quick change. Sorry, we need more kids. Okay, here we go. Hosanna, 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 oh, hail triumphant King. You can sing, oh, hail triumphant King. All right, good job.
That's stuff.
Listen to that video a few times and you'll see how it hooks together. It's very fun. And when we get together, I'll bring all my bells and we'll do that song, okay? I love, besides singing, I love stories. I like to read. I like good movies with good stories. When I was little, really little, I spent the night at my grandma's house. She would read to us upstairs with the books. But when we were in bed at night, she would come in and tell us a story. 3 Bears or Goldilocks or Chicken Licken or something like that. They always started out, Once Upon a Time. And my favorite movies when I was a little girl would start with a big, beautiful, decorated book and the title. And they would say, Once Upon a Time in a Faraway Land. And the book would open up and the pictures would start to move and it would be usually a princess movie, right? That's how those start. Love those movies. My first date with Brother Hinsdale when I was in college, we had both been away. He'd been on his mission, I'd been in Spain having fun on my semester abroad. We came home and everybody in the whole country had seen this really cool movie, and we hadn't seen it. But there was a movie theater in Salt Lake still playing it, even all this time later, almost a year later. If you went late at night on one day of the week, it would go. So we went up, that was our first date, went to see this movie. And the screen came up, and it didn't say Once Upon a Time, but it said, Long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, and it was Star Wars. I was so excited. I didn't bring it for your music. Anyway, I knew it was going to be a great movie when I saw that. So we are going to learn a song that has 3 stories, 3 really good stories, and each verse is a different story. But it can't start out once upon a time, because those are pretend stories. These are true stories. So when they thought of this, I don't know if this is how they planned it, but they said, what's a good way to start it? And I said, all 3 verses start on a golden springtime. That just make you say, wow, I can picture a beautiful spring day on a golden springtime. What does golden mean?
Gold. It's like
Made of gold.
or color.
Or color. It could be very valuable. Something that is made of pure gold is really expensive, really important. So golden day would be something wonderful. So if we sing on a golden springtime, on a golden springtime, how many notes do you think it's going to take? Golden springtime. 6 notes? But guess what? That's not. Will you play just the notes for that on a golden springtime, just the tune? Wait a minute, let's count that again. Try it again. An extra note. On springtime, they put an extra note in. It's like a decoration. Makes it more golden, more beautiful. On a golden springtime. It's so fun to sing that. Springtime. Not fun? So here's my beautiful book. This is the title of our song. I tried to make it pretty. On a golden springtime. And every verse starts that same way. So if you can sing that with me now, you know the beginning to all 3 verses. Okay, so let's sing that. On a golden springtime. All right, good job. On a golden springtime. We're only going to learn 1 verse now. I'm hoping to teach the rest of them when we come back. The first song is about a seed. This is a little flower I bought for decoration for Easter time. I'll pull it out if I can get it out. Because it used to be really beautiful. It looked like that picture. But the flower on Easter was beautiful like that. It's kind of sad now. It needs to be cut off. But this is the seed. It's called a bulb. And instead of having it down in the ground, they had it in this pot of water, and you can see the roots. I thought you might like to see that. And then it grew up and it came out of the ground and grew that pretty flower. That's how seeds work, huh? They're in the ground. Not all seeds are big like that. That bulb seed is a big seed. Let me show you a little seed. Got a couple of them. I should have had them out. You know what these are? Can you see those?
Yeah.
Those are beans. Do you like to eat
Beans, yeah.
refried beans in Mexican food? I love black beans, red beans, pinto beans. These are pinto beans. Beans are seeds. They grow up into a bush. Here is a seed. If you were listening to conference, you heard somebody talk about, these are so tiny, I don't know if you can even see those. Whoops. Those are mustard seeds. Remember someone in one of their conference talks talked about Jesus telling people that mustard seeds grow up into be trees big enough for birds to put nests in? Little tiny seeds. Well, this song is about a seed. In fact, they call it a seedling. A seedling just means little seed, okay? So on a golden springtime, underneath the ground. Okay, this song starts out about a little seed, a little seedling. In the beginning, it's under the ground. So if you have little kids at your house, you can pretend you can get one of them and put them underneath a blanket or a towel. Have a little seedling be under the ground. On a golden springtime, underneath the ground, a tiny seedling lay asleep until the sun shone down. What happens when the sun shines on those seeds under the ground? They start to grow. You know what? They can grow even if they don't see the sun. If it's still covered with snow, sometimes they come up. I don't know how they can feel that sun, but they can. So let's sing this song that far. On a golden springtime. On a golden springtime, underneath the ground. Now this part, the seed, whoever's underneath the blanket has to pretend like they're going to wake up and grow. And the song says, awake, awake, O little seed. So they start to push their little heads and their arms up like they're leaves, okay? Awake, awake, O little seed. Is it tiny or little?
Awake, awake, O
Little,
little seed.
okay, I thought little. Awake, awake, O little seed, push upward to the light. Let's sing that part. Awake, awake, O little seed, push upward to the light. One more time. Awake, awake, O little seed, push upward to the light. And the last part is the day. The day is bright with all your might. So when you're pretending like you're the seed, you have to pretend like it's really hard. Maybe there's a rock on top of you. The day is bright with all your might. Push upward to the light. Easy, huh? Let's sing that part with all your, the day is bright. The day is bright with all your might. Push upward to the light. Easy to remember in that might and bright. The day is bright with all your might. Those rhyme. Every time we come to that part in the other verses, they have little rhyming words right there. It's kind of funny. It's not where you'd expect a rhyming word to be. The day is bright with all your might. Push upward to the light. Let's sing it all the way through and we'll be done. I sent you the instructions on how to make your own little book so you can sing this song and have the pictures at home. And I think the instructions were so hard to figure out unless you know what I had in mind. So Eli made one for me. Here it is. There's On a Golden Springtime. There's the title. And we had some spring stickers, but you can just draw pictures for your as a decoration. On a Golden Springtime. And there's again. On a Golden Springtime. Underneath the ground. Underneath the ground. Now this is where it's tricky because you have to turn the bottom first. So we have this page cut in half. A tiny seedling, there's the little seed, lay asleep until the sun shone down. And we turn the bottom first again. That is hard to do it backwards. Awake, awake, O little seed, push upward to the light. The world is, push upward to the day, thank you. The day is bright with all your might, push upward to the light. You got it? Do you think you can make that now that you see how it works together? Just fold your papers in half. The top has to be sky, the bottom has to be ground on all of the pages. So if you get tired of coloring, I made Eli do it in markers so it would show up really well. And then we got tired of that, so we just did it with crayon. If you put your crayon on the side, it goes really fast, huh, Eli? All right. Does that make more sense now that you've seen that? All right. Let me try and sing it with the book. On a golden springtime, underneath the ground, a tiny seedling lay asleep until the sun shone down. Awake, awake, oh little seed, push upward to the light. I did that too far. The world is bright with all your might. Push upward to the light. Okay, I hope you had fun with those books and I hope you learned that song. I was going to say one more thing about that. Why do you think that story about seeds growing, which happens all the time, why is it such a golden day? Why do we have a whole song about that? And I said these were important songs, true songs. Well, if you lived up where it was cold, you would know how exciting it is when the flowers start growing up through the snow, but that's not what I think this song is about. When I was thinking about this song and pondering it, I wondered if this song was about the very first spring in the whole world. When Jesus made the world, were there flowers on it at first? Had to make the world and the stars and the sun and the earth and the waters, get everything all set up, and then they put all different kinds of seeds in the world. Grasses and flowers and trees and bushes. Would that be cool to see that coming up, that spring? I wonder if we got to go look. That would be the coolest little field trip ever. Let's go see the earth, see what it's looking like. So that's what I think this song's about. It's still a nice little song to sing about a spring day, but I think it's about the very first day of spring when things are starting to grow. So exciting.